Well, how come we just come in and look anyway? Well, no, because you need a van, and I haven't got any vans. Look, are you after a Vauxhall Corsa? No. Are you after a Suzuki Celerio? No. Are you after a Citroen C1? No. Are you after a van? Yes. I haven't got any.
Right, before we get into today's video, just want to talk to you about the spring raffle. The new raffle has landed here on the Car UK channel, and you can get involved in this new raffle for just £1. Now, we've got a couple of great prizes up for grabs in this raffle, including this, what I'm sitting in now, a 1991 first generation Nissan MICRA K10. The small reliable car that changed the market in the 1980s with its simplisticness and its superb reliability. This lovely example has only done 78,000 miles, and we actually purchased it from a classic car auction just a few months ago. It's got stacks of history, it's been in the same family for many years. It's a really nice, honest, practical classic, and can be yours for just literally £1. But also as well, you will get a £1,000 bonus prize as well. So not only will you get the car, but you'll also get £1,000 in cash too. Now, if four wheels doesn't interest you, well, you're in luck, because we've got a two-wheel option as well in this fantastic Suzuki 600 Bandit S. This lovely, honest example has got 20,000 miles on the clock and runs like a dream. And again, a motorcycle that represented absolute superb reliability. The bike will come fully serviced and MOT'd as well, but not only will you win the motorcycle, but you also get £1,000 in cash as well. And if you don't want any of those two options, well, you can just have £2,000 in cash as an alternative prize. So our three main prizes to be had there: the Nissan Micra K10 with £1,000, you can have the Suzuki Bandit 600S, again with £1,000, or you can have £2,000 in cash. They are your three prize choices for this spring raffle, and it is just £1 to get involved. There are also some sub prizes to be won, such as diagnostic machine and jump packs. Now, to get involved in this spring raffle for just £1, you need to get yourself in the link description. There you'll find bundle offers available as well, so you can just buy one ticket for £1, but if you buy more tickets, you'll get lots of additional free tickets. In fact, you can see the bundle offers on screen now. The more tickets you buy, the more free tickets you'll get, giving you even more chance to win. And remember, those free tickets are worth just as much as a paid ticket. But no matter how many tickets you buy, you will also be helping out charity on the back of it. We've already given away thousands and thousands of pounds to charities in our last draw, and we'd love to do the same again. So if you're able to get involved by getting in that link description, and hopefully you'll be able to win one of these fantastic prizes. So get yourself over to Raffle, guaranteed prizes, get in the link description, click on that link and get yourself over there today.
Even all, welcome back to the Car UK channel. You join me here at the car pitch, where we deal in cheap cars under £5,000, the bottom end, the affordable end of the UK car market. So it's time for another pitch update. What has been going on here at the car pitch over the last week or so? Well, I know what's coming in a few days' time, which is that I am going away actually on holiday for a week, so I haven't been really throwing out too many advertisements out there. We haven't been advertising anyway, sort of putting cars out, other than the odd sort of 1 or 2 cars we started doing the other day, down to the fact that we'd sold quite a lot over the last few weeks, and we got ourselves, well, let's be honest, in a little bit of a mess, because we had a lot of sold cars, needed a lot of work, and only so much time and space and ramp and staff to obviously sort those vehicles out. But now we've got most of those gone, and we can start advertising again. But my wife has decided to book as a holiday, which is fast approaching, so I've now had to sort of slow things down again, because I don't want too much going on whilst I'm away, because I always like to be selling the ship, so I'd rather just get the lads just focusing on other things while I'm away, and we can crack on with what we've got left when I get back. However, that said, even though we haven't really been advertising anything, we still have sold some cars, and we are now real bare bones. In fact, we've got hardly anything left on sale. I think we've probably got about 3 cars left, actually, with boards in windows, which is not good, but I do have lots of cars in the background that will be being sorted whilst I'm away and when I return. So it's about time we did a pitch update, so I'm going to take this jacket off because the sun's just come out now and it is really warm. So let's go around, have a walk and see what's been going on here at the car pitch. Right, where do we start? Here, IGO. This is the works IGO, by the way. This is not a sale car. This is the one we go all over the country into auctions, and we use it and abuse it, and it's brilliant, never breaks down. I'm in it today, which is a real luxury, because the wife's been using it for the past, well, 3 or 4 weeks of a Range Rover Evoque being off the road, and there is a video on that Range Rover Evoque coming out on Friday, so you'll be able to see how we got on with it, because it's been very poorly of late, and there's a little bit of a twist to that one as well, so make sure you check that one out on Friday. So cars that have gone out over the last few days, which we have sold. Little Red C1 we did a video on the other day, that went out to the customer just a few days ago. Also sold the Ibiza FR we had in, which had a few oil leaks and stuff we had to fix, that went out the other day as well. Some Astras as well, they went out, so we're doing all right. But we have sold some more cars since then. So I say, let me show you what we've been selling, because we had a bit of a spree over the last 48 hours of people ringing up and buying cars, and a couple of walk-ins as well, actually, which is surprising, because we've not really been putting much about locally, and we haven't got a lot for sale. We have sold the VW Fox. That's the first one. That went online beginning of the week. It's probably I think the only thing I posted at the beginning of the week. I mean, I put online expecting it to sell within sort of a few hours, and I was wrong. It sold in a few minutes. I think it's the fastest sale we've ever had. It literally sold within, oh, it must have been less than 5 minutes. It must have been. It was like bang, and we had numerous calls after it as well once it had sold. And I'm not surprised, because it was 1,500 quid. And where can you buy 1,500 quid cars from? From dealers these days that will give you full MOTs and warranties and stand by them and PDI them and look after you and do them properly. There isn't many. And this one has been well looked after. Lots of history and bills on it. I think we mentioned it in a previous video. Really shiny car, and it's going to someone actually who's already bought a car off us as well. So that's always a good news. Another subscriber coming back and buying a car for us. I'm pretty sure they had a VW Fox off us last time as well, actually. So anyway, that is going out. Hopefully end of the month. They can't pick it up for a couple of weeks because they're away, but they are going to have that. So that was a good start to the week. Then we had some other sales. We had a walk-on the other day, and someone bought the Ford Fiesta, the blue Fiesta. This is the one we got from, I think we got it from Stafford Motor Auction. This is 2010 plate, 1.25 petrol. Obviously we don't sell the EcoBoost. Well, I say I wouldn't sell an EcoBoost, that's not true. I wouldn't sell pretty much 95% of most EcoBoosts, because, well, most of them have never had the belts changed. They're just not worth bothering with. So we buy the 1.25s, all buy 1.4 petrol, because they're pretty much the same engine, and maybe the odd diesel, maybe 1.4 particularly. We might buy one of those, but we just want the 1.25s. Everyone knows where you are with a 1.25. 3-door in blue, good sellers, done 70,000 miles. It's been on sale for about 3 or 4 days. It had been lingering around here for about a week or so, but we didn't really advertise it. But then we got round to it, sorted it out, and a lady came on, sorry, a family came on, sorry, looked at it, and it's down to them. So got bits to do to it. We've got to refurb this wheel. This was being queued up for the wheel man, because for some reason all the other wheels are all right, bar that one. It's just curbed. Got to put cam belt water pump on it. It will want suspension arms, typical Ford Fiesta. I've MOT'd many of these over the years, so you know exactly what goes wrong with them. And we did have a bit of paint done to it as well, although you won't be able to tell with all the dust that has accumulated over the last 48 hours from the road and the dry weather we're having. But anyway, that is sold. Another good point as well is they want to keep the plate on it as well. We're going to take that off, but they said they're not bothered, they want it on, so that's good. So that saves a bit of messing around having to take that off with the DVLA. We've also sold the Peugeot 207 SW. Okay, chap's buying that one. Basically, he has got a situation where he's got a small car at the moment and he needs something bigger. Baby's on the way. He wants to pick this up in a few weeks' time. He's going to sell his car. He's put a deposit down on this one, and he's going to pick this one up. That doesn't bother us. I'm away next week anyway, so nothing's going to happen. He wants a clutch in it. He wants brakes on it. So we've done 50 thou, but we want to put a clutch in because it's got a little bit of judder when you sort of set off, particularly when it's cold. So we want to do that, and obviously it'll be the original clutch in it anyway. So we're going to do that, and then do all the brakes, smarten it all up. Well, I say smarten it up, it is smart, but I mean mechanically make it right, as in PDI it and get all the brakes and service up to date, and give it to the customer. So you've done 50,000 miles, smart thing with all the leather. It's a nice old car, that. A nice little family practical car. So that one is sold as well, so we're pleased with that. We also sold as well, I'm really pleased with this one. Can't believe this stayed on sale as long as it did. This is only done, I think it's done 37,000 miles. Genuine 37,000 miles. On an 09 plate, in blue. It's not that nice colour actually. Little 1.2 petrol, Renault engine. Been around since the dawn of time, the 1.2. But it's very, very good, and it's very, very reliable. And it's a super low mileage. That has got years and years and years of life left in it for someone. Yes, it's an older car, you know, it's 15 years old, but with 30,000 miles on, it doesn't matter. It's going to be used. You're going to get years out of that. And as well, of course, being the car pitch, not all we need to do is put clutches in cars. It does need a clutch because it's a bit high, so I'm going to put a brand new clutch in it for him. I think it was just a shade over 2,600 quid, 26.95, somewhere around there. Can't remember off the top of my head, but for an 09 plate I didn't think it was dear, because we've sold 11 plate ones of these, 10 plate ones with 90,000 miles, 95,000 miles for 21.95. So this was a bit more expensive, but it done a lot less miles, so that's where the value is. A car you can just use and abuse and get many, many years out of. And I think it's going down south to London way, it's ULEZ compliant, so even better. And then we finished off the week with a couple more sales yesterday. A telephone sale on this Peugeot 107, which is, by sounds of it, it's going down to the south coast. Young lady's rang up about this. She's after a little 107 or C1 IGO, etc. And of course we stock loads of these. We always have them in. In fact, we've got more landing, as you can see here, which we'll talk about in a minute. Well, she's seen this one, little black one, 107 on a 60 plate. It's up for 2,350 quid with alloys on as well. Which most of the Peugeot ones had alloys, to be fair. Just what she wanted, cheap to run, cheap to insure, and obviously super reliable, as we know. We talk about them too much on the channel. And she's put a deposit down on that one. She's got a hell of a drive to come up and get it, but she's going to make the commitment to come up here. So obviously we're going to make sure it's 100% right for her. And I say it's in a good solid car, that one, that little 107. So we'll make a nice car for her. And yeah, it's pretty clean actually. Got it out of Aston Barclay. I didn't nick it. I had to pay decent money for it. Unfortunately, everyone seems to have cottoned on now. These are really good sellers. When we're in the era of cars being a bit problematic and dealers having very small margins, they've soon realised that buying stuff like this, which are really easy to fix and really good sellers, is actually a really good idea. But yeah, so it's making things difficult for me to try and buy them at sensible money. But I'm happy to take a lesser margin than I would do, say, out something like a Corsa or that Peugeot, which I'm probably making a little bit more money on, because at the end of the day, the chances of these ever coming back with issues is so small and compared to other stuff that you don't mind having that little bit less in them. And I say they're simple to work on. Now, a car that is probably not as simple as a 107 to work on, but a good car nonetheless, and arguably very reliable, is the Volvo XC60, which I mentioned in my last video we hadn't had a great deal of interest on. So I decided to drop the price on it, because it probably was a little bit too dear. I had it up at $39.95, dropped it down to £3.5 grand. As soon as we did that, we had interest on it. We had 2 or 3 people ringing about it. I had 2 test drives booked on it. Only one turned up, and they turned up on Saturday. A young lad actually, and he's bought it. Loves it, wants a second car, automatic ideally, and he wants something a bit different. So there we are. I'm pleased with that move of dropping the price a little bit. Probably was a little bit too rich, but I did price match it on Auto Trader, and it wasn't a million miles out. And with the sort of lift in the boot, which by the way the customer has decided he doesn't want, which I'm not surprised, because he's probably younger than, well, he's a lot younger than me. He's probably in his 20s, so I don't think he'd be much use for him. Although I said it was useful for getting beer in the back, but you know, he's not interested in that. He wants it removing. So I've got to take that out, and other than that, then we've got to do the usual stuff, servicing, cam belt and water pump we're going to do on it. And then he'll have a lovely tip-top car. So I've got to take this out as well, so the lads will take that out. If anyone's interested in a Jeff Gosling hand controls unit, no idea what they're technically worth. I would imagine they're worth a couple £100. I'll take that for it. It all works. Let me show you. Yeah, quickly now. I'll show you now, all working. So people will message me going, is it working? Oh shit, what have I done here? Oh, broke it. Oh God. There we go. It's free now. It's free as a bird. Look at that. Ideal. So it's made for obviously bringing a mobility scooter or whatever, a wheelchair into it, so you can pop it in the boot. It'd be useful for someone. So if anyone wants that Jeff Gosling hand control unit, we should call it, because I have no idea what the official name is. It's just a crane to me. Then get in touch. £200. It's yours. So there we are. That has left us pretty bare bones. As we stand now, we have got left on sale the Corsa, which we've had a bit of interest on. But again, as I mentioned in my last video, because it's a 1.4, they just linger a little bit too long. If you put them really cheap or cheaper end, the price market, they do sell a bit quicker. But this is a nice one, and I don't really want to give it away when we haven't got anything left, so I don't need to be discounting it and not getting the margin that I want out of it, particularly when we're going to put in, like, we do chains and stuff on these and make them right. So I'm quite happy to ask for the sort of, it's not overpriced, but ask for the proper money for it, because that's a proper Corsa and we're doing a proper job to it. So I'm not willing to drop that one. I've already dropped the Celerio, not dropping that anymore. I've no idea why that's not selling. Everyone's sick of me talking about it, so I shan't bore you with that, other than say it's too cheap, it's a lot of car, no idea why it's not sold, because it's brilliant. The other car we put on sale the other day is the C1. Now, this is a new shape one. We started getting these in over the last few months. These are good news. We sell lots of the old ones, obviously, the IGO C1s, but they're all sort of between £2 grand now, or under £2 grand in some cases from older ones, and about 3,200 for like a really late one, like a 13, 14 plate old shape one, which is like the facelift we got on that truck there. But one of those with low mileage on, you can still creep above the £3 grand mark. Maybe a touch more for something that's out the box or low mileage or auto, obviously. But the new shapes now are starting to creep under retail at between 3.5 and 4 grand, or 4.5 grand for a low mileage one, 64, 65 plates. And this is when they started on 64. And this is a nice one because it's in blue, and it's a nice blue, and it's got the tablet in, so it's a mid-spec one. We do base ones called, I think it's called Active, which we've sold in the past. But the youth would like stuff like that with tablets in. This is what it's all about now. This is what they want. I tell you what, I wish sometimes I leave my camera running. Lady just pulled up there in a little Peugeot 107. Just said, are you open? I said, I'm not actually today. We're not usually open Sundays. I'm just here just to finish a few bits off. I said, is there anything in particular that you're after? Because I don't mind letting you in if you're after something specific to look at. She says, yes, I'm after a small van. I said, well, I haven't got any small vans. Says, I think I've had one in 2 years. Says, so probably not the best place for you. She's like, right, okay. Well, can we come and have a look anyway? I said, well, I haven't got any small vans, so there's not really much point me letting you in. She went, well, no, but we might find something else. I said, okay then. She says, I've only got 3 cars on sale. I says, are any of them vans? No, I haven't got any vans. Well, can we just come in and look anyway? Well, no, because you need a van, and I haven't got any vans. Look, are you after a Vauxhall Corsa? No. Are you after a Suzuki Celerio? No. Are you after a Citroen C1? No. Are you after a van? Yes. I haven't got any. We've also sold another one of these as well, which on a 16 plate, which never even made it on sale, which is buried at the back there. We've sold it to a customer, a regular of ours, she's actually had 2 cars off me over the last couple of years, and now she keeps moving up a gear, so she goes from an 08 to a 13, and now she wants to go to a 16 plate. It's not the Twingo, it's another C1 behind it, a ragtop one. We've sold that to her, so that never even made it on sale. In fact, that was the other sale. I sold that this week as well. How would I forget about a car I've sold? So we've done all right this week. We've done all right. So we've got to get them organised now. Well, say I've got to get them organised, the lads have got to get them organised whilst I'm away. And then when I get back, we can finish them off. We've also made a little bit of progress in the corner. You won't think it, but a lot of these cars here now are stuff we're going to actually go on with and retail. So we say we've got the Astra, which looks horrendous, but everything for that Astra is in the workshop and in the car to put it right. A little cheapy. That is going to be a little cheapy. But believe it or not, under all that dirt is a really clean car. It's done 60,000 miles. So we'll get that turned around. My Skoda, which I need to do something about, my Fabia automatic. Need to fix that while the weather's dry now and get all that sorted. I actually drove mint. It's just got a leaky door at the back where the seals go on the windows. I need to fix it. I've got an Alto that is on a 63 plate, which I've ripped the interior out because it was horrible. We've got a new interior for it, so I'm going to get the lads sort that whilst I'm away and then mop it all and make that a cheapie. That's only going to be a little cheapie car, a couple of grand or something like that. More 107s, obviously. The 500s, I've got one that I'm retailing, one that we've seen previously, which we're putting a box in and I've sold to a trader, which we're going to get on with next week. Just waiting for the boxes to come back, the refurb boxes. I've got a Twingo over there, which we just saw a few seconds ago, which we are going to be doing something with this week. We've had it, we didn't really have it on sale, we had it in the corner briefly, but we never got around to it. I'm now going to sort that out this week and get that on sale. I'm going to make that a cheapy one. We've got some other cars that need basically part X's and scrappers that need to go. This Astra's being ripped apart on Monday. We need taking the engine out of it for another car because the car's not very good, but the engine's good. We've got a Corsa which we've rifled for bits, which we're going to scrap off as well. We always have a Corsa lying around for bits because they're always useful, particularly for engine problems you can get on some of them. So we've got stuff moving. I bought a Chevrolet Setti automatic I'm going to do something with. We've got a Fiesta there we're doing something with. We're getting there. And we've even pulled out as well. We've always been pulling out cars recently. We even pulled out the little Qashqai. I say little, it's not really little, is it? This has been here for ages. In fact, this actually came from my old business. So we had this round the back of my old business, just a ticket, MOT station. And it was we got it all fixed up and done. And it was supposed to come here to go retail it. And I don't know why, I never bothered with it, never retailed it. And it's just sat in the corner. And then over time, we sort of nicked some bits off it to put other Qashqais on the road, like last minute things. But obviously replaced them, whatever we took off, we replaced. And it's just all sat in the corner, feeling sorry for itself. Oh, I can't remember why. I remember why. We got left in the corner, and then it actually wouldn't start. And it was the, we call them grenades. They're basically pumps that fill up the fuel filter when you do a service on them. And they say it was leaking. So we've changed that, and it fired up straight away, new battery on it. So we're going to get that clean, because it's horrendous. We're going to get that cleaned up, because I've actually sold that to a trader. So that's another dead car gone. So we've now actually got a situation where a lot of the dead cars, I think we're down to about, take the scrappers away, and a couple of part X's that are going off site anyway. We're down to about 4 or 5 left now from probably 15 we had a few months ago. The rest are actually stuff we are going to do stuff with once we get the chance to get them in the workshop and fixed. So we're in a better position than we were. Still fill the yard up, obviously, with everything, because that's what we like, but at least we've got stuff around us now we can actually do something with that are actually going to be physically sold on this pitch. You're probably wondering what is underneath the cover. Well, it's not the Nissan Micra, the raffle prize, as you've probably seen at the beginning of this video. Those of you who don't know, who've skipped past the advert. Then obviously we're on about the Nissan Micra, our little K10, that's over here. I've ordered a new cover for this because we had two covers. We had one for the Mini, but we gave that with the Mini. So I've ordered a new cover to go over the Micra to keep that all covered up, because we just had it recently all buffed up. So we're going to need to keep that looking clean. But there she is. Look at it. Look at it. I'm so jealous of this car. Could be yours for £1. Get a pound in. You're helping out good causes as well. And you even get £1,000 if you win it as well on top of it. So you've got plenty there of money for a nice meal and a bit of petrol on the way home. So yeah, I'm going to move that around a bit and get that covered up and sorted. But underneath this cover, those of you who didn't watch our last video, came out the other day, we were at Angular Car Auctions. And those who watched it all the way through will know that we bought a car. And you can probably, in fact, some of you already know because you've seen the video. Anyone idea what that is from that badge? Well, obviously it's a Ford. It is a Mark 1 Ford Fiesta. And she's out the box. Now, I'm not getting the cover off because I haven't got the time. But you can see a picture of it here, or just go and watch the video from the other day. However, we are going to do a video on this in a few days' time because, other than us driving it, and obviously we've physically seen it, we've not been underneath it. So I'm going to do a video on it, going around it properly. Plus I bought some bits for it as well to improve it. Go out for a drive in it, and crucially, we're going to get underneath it and make sure it's sound underneath. It's not picking a poke, as we'd say in the trade. So make sure you check that one out as well, because I say we could get underneath that and it could be horror. Who knows? So we'll check that one out. I think I'm going to bring that out on Sunday, so make sure you check that one on the channel. So there we are. So we've also got plenty of other stuff we've got to be getting on with. Like I said, I've got C1s coming out my ears. So I've got more here. I've bought another two the other day at Aston Barclay. We saw a video the other day of that. Bought them as well. I've got a few more at Paint as well. I've got a couple of Daces at Paint. Other IGOs and C1s coming in, so there's plenty of stuff to be getting on with, or the lads to be getting on with whilst I'm away, and for us to be sort of working towards the end of the month to have a last little spree, get the last few sales under the belt. Because with me going off, we will be a little bit short on the old sales numbers. We have to get a certain amount every month to make sure we hit the target we need to do, so we can get that little bit of profit we need, basically to survive and to feed the peacocks. Yeah, so in all, it's actually been a really, really decent week. It's been nice weather, we've got the sold cars out we need to get out, and we've even had a spree of sales. I think we had about 5 or 6 over the last week or so, and the fact that we only advertised one car, that isn't bad going, because the rest of them have been walk-ins or they've seen them on the channel. And I've got a holiday to look forward to. Come back, fresh eye, bushy tail, with some new ideas, and I have got some new ideas as well I'm going to be thinking about whilst I'm away. Let's try and improve this site and hopefully make things run a little bit smoother.
Oh, and finally, I forgot as well, merchandise. I mentioned this a few weeks ago. Well, we've finally concluded. Merchandise has officially landed. Now, this is a big thanks, actually, to Joe at Shifty Metal. He has set up a merch shop between ourselves, Shifty Metal, obviously, and also James at Chops Garage, as you can see here at insideline.shop. We've got lots of fresh merch on there, including things like, obviously, on the old IGO keys now, the Car UK keyring, that is now there. Also, as well, we've got hoodies, we've got T-shirts, we've got, I'll show you as well. Of course, the Car UK mug, look at that there, Car UK mug, guaranteed to improve productivity in the workplace, or at least I'm told. Also, we'll say we've got the hoodies and the T-shirts, stickers, we've got the stickers, never in doubt stickers, you need one of those. So why don't you get yourself over to the Inside Line shop. You can find the link in the description, further down past the raffle, you'll find the link there. So you get yourself on board, you see there's merch from not only from me, but also from Shifty Metal and also Chops Garage as well. But of course, you want to stop off at the Car UK shop first on your way. So definitely check that one out. Thank you again for watching the channel. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.